Hello. Regarding lentils and pulses, here is what I have up to now. From the inspections done by Canadian Food Inspection Agency, of which I saw the records and analyzed them, the pulses grown in the province of Saskatchewan in Canada are highly contaminated with glyphosate. This, I now know, is mostly produced to export to India. Now that I am in India, I find that apart from Canada, Australia is another major supplier of pulses to India, and I have a few samples already tested by Canadian Food Inspection Agency, and they too had very high amount of glyphosate. There is a third country that looms large as major supplier to pulses in India, and that's Myanmar. And although I don't have any samples tested from Myanmar, I understand that they are a large consumer of glyphosate, and that this glyphosate is mostly used in production of pulses. And if they are one of the major suppliers, most of their production goes to India, then I would suspect that most of the imported lentils or pulses that India brings are highly contaminated, and the Indian people are consuming them. This needs to be tested. Now that we have Anthony Samsel from USA offering to not only test some of these pulses for glyphosate, but also to check whether the same phenomena he saw in corn with regard to picking up heavy metal is also present in pulses. What he found is that even small quantities of glyphosate in corn seems to alter the physiology of the crop and making it pick up more heavy metal from the soil than it would otherwise do. He suspects this is because glyphosate somehow attaches itself to the DNA or somehow affects it so that it starts picking up more heavy metal from the soil as a side effect. Now, whether this also happens in pulses needs to be verified. He suspects it happens in pulses, but he doesn't know, and he would like to test some of them. So it is for us to collect some good samples, both from Saskatchewan, Canada, as well as from India, and also as imported from Australia and Myanmar. Then there is an issue of the pulses being produced locally in India. It is possible that they too contain glyphosate. We don't know unless some testing is done. Except that field experience, who is using glyphosate before planting or before harvesting, etc. So there might be it might be a good idea to collect some of these samples, not the organically grown glyphosate. Organically grown pulses, but these conventional ones. If they are having any glyphosate in them, and how much side effect it has with regard to heavy metal, etc. Probably these two can benefit from some testing. Lastly, Indian government needs to conduct, broad-based testing of its food for glyphosate for the people of India. People of India should push the government. Whether there are labs that can do this kind of tests in food, I do not know. It needs to be verified, checked. So this is all I have at the moment about the lentil story, the ongoing lentil story. It looks like it is going to be a disaster story for more than 1 billion people of India. Thank you.